This is an art attack. This is an art attack. This is Art Attack. Hello there. Good to see you again. Sorry about that. You just caught me having my dinner. Oh, look at that. What a mess. Oh, I'm really sorry about that. I didn't realise it was that time. Look, I'm going to have to clear this up and then we can carry on, OK? Good joke, eh? Make someone believe you've dropped your dinner. Want to make one? Come and have a look at this. Now, to make a drop dinner, you need to start by stretching out a carrier bag onto a piece of cardboard box card or an old tray and just tape it into place. Next, you need to make a gluey sauce. Now, to do this, you need to pour some neat PVA glue into a plastic beaker or an old cup. And by neat, I mean don't mix it with any water. Then, depending on what type of dinner you want to make, you need to give your glue some colour. So just add a couple of drops of ink or food colouring very carefully. Now, this is brown for a gravy sauce, and whatever colour sauce you want, just use that colour ink or food colouring, and then mix it all up thoroughly so that you get a real good colour. Now, when it's all mixed well, just pour your coloured gluey sauce mixture onto the taped carrier bag, making the shape as splattery as you can so that it all adds to the dropped splat effect. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking that that's not the colour for gravy. But here's a tip. When the glue dries, it goes see-through and your ink or food colouring shows through. So this will turn a nice dark gravy brown. It'll go whatever colour you put in. Now, this gluey splat is now the sauce into which you stick all your other dinner ingredients. And you can add whatever you like to your mixture to create the type of meal you want. But here is the trick. It's a good idea to make a meal that your mum or dad or whoever cooks often makes for you. Then you're guaranteed to be able to use it for a dropped dinner joke next time they cook it. Now, my mum often used to give me sausages, mash, peas, carrots and gravy for my dinner. So to make this, you need to collect together any old scraps of rubbish that could look like the food. And here it is. And it's just a case of sticking these bits into your gluey splat. So here's what's on the menu. I've got some old beads here for peas. I think they look really good like that. They look good, don't they? So in they go. And you don't need to be neat about this because, after all, it's a drop dinner splat. And how about cut some circles out of cardboard for carrots, and you can paint them later. So they go in. Again, just throw them in there. And how about this? Loo roll mash, a personal favourite of mine. So I'll just stick that somewhere into the glue. Get plenty of glue on that to make it stick. And how about this? A newspaper sausage with some brown tissue folded round for the skin. And just wrap it like that and stick that in the glue. There. And, you know, I'm a two-sausage man myself, so I'm going to put another one in there like that. And the idea is to arrange them so they look as if they've been dropped. And then just let the whole lot dry. Now, this takes a while, but it's worth it because you end up with something that looks like that. And it's just a case of carefully peeling this off your backing plastic bag. Look at that, perfect. And then you can paint any of the bits that you want to paint. And on this one, I've painted the carrots orange and I've poured on some extra gravy onto the mash so that you end up with your finished drop dinner. Then just sneakily borrow a plate and some cutlery to arrange around it. But don't break it, whatever you do, otherwise I'm in big trouble. And then you're ready to play the joke on someone in your house. Good, isn't it? And what if you want to make a different meal? Well, with different coloured glue and scrap ingredients, you can make whatever you want. How about this? Fish fingers, chips, eggs and beans. Almost good enough to eat, eh? But the real ingredients are old bits of sponge for the fish fingers and chips. Again, we've got some beads there for the baked beans, and the egg is tissue egg white and modelling clay for the yolk, and some painted ketchup on there, and it really does look good enough to eat. How's about this one? Spaghetti on toast. Now, what do you think the spaghetti is? Have a close look at it. There you go. It's string, and the toast is a painted washing up sponge. That looks fantastic, doesn't it? And the great thing is, so long as you have a basic coloured PVA sauce, you can create all sorts of drop dinners. You can even make dropped puddings. And believe it or not, all of that ice cream and cream is just painted PVA glue and dollops of tissue. Try it yourself. Make a drop dinner and play a trick on your friends and family.
Oh, those drop dinners are a great gag. Hello. Yes, it's me again, the head. Who'd have thought you could have so much fun with PVA glue, food colouring, and a few bits and bobs? Of course, I'm far too sophisticated to play a joke on somebody like what he did. And don't worry if you missed any of that, because you can check out the Art Attack website for details on that mischievous make and all the other art attacks in the show. Oh!
Time for a big art attack. See if you can guess what this is. of my favourite art materials is a pencil. Now, not just an ordinary black pencil, a white pencil. Now, look at these pictures that I've done with a white pencil on coloured paper, and you get this really good effect, sort of like a photo negative, isn't it? Now, you'll also need a pencil sharpener for this, as you get a better, crisper picture if you keep your white pencil nice and sharp. Now, dark papers or strong coloured papers work best for this. I'm just going to use a red paper, and the idea is to just draw normally as you would with a normal dark pencil. Draw anything you like. Just nice, clean lines. Any idea what it is? They should give it away. Just a bit down there. It's very important to keep your pencil nice and sharp. And a beard and moustache there. And yes, you've got it. Santa Claus. Just do some buildings down there for him to fly over. Like that. And just dot in some stars. And don't forget Rudolph's antlers. Now, when it comes to shading in the dark bits, don't. Instead, use your white pencil to light in the light bits. Now, the hatching technique works best for this. Just hatch in the areas where you want the light to be. With these wispy lines, good technique this. And just leave those dark areas blank. Now, the light is coming from up here, the moon. And so just pick out all the edges facing the moon to hatch in the highlights, like that. Of course, Santa's beard is light. And just remember, the idea is to do all the edges that the light is hitting. Now, if, like me, sometimes your hatching gets a bit scruffy or a bit untidy, just neaten it up by hatching the other way. Now, it may take a bit of time to do this, but it really is a lovely technique and it's very pleasing to do. And if you want some really light bits, just press a little bit harder with your white pencil. You get a nice bright white. And just add a final little bit of magic, I think. And there it is, a white pencil picture. It's a sort of negative picture. It looks a bit like an old-fashioned print, doesn't it? Try it yourself. Use a white pencil and coloured paper to do a white pencil picture.
Oh, now that is what I call a right good art attack. Using a white pencil on coloured paper to create a truly individual piece of art. I had a go on holiday last year and I spent an entire morning sketching the wonderful view from my motel window. Do you want to see it? It was the Isle of Wight. Do you get it? Oh, 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 oh.
Now, there's something I want to show you. It's in one of these scrapbooks somewhere, but there's so much of it. Mind you, it's all brilliant, so it all goes in. I think it's in this one. Yep, here it is. Take a look at this. Oliver's potted plant is really striking. Look at that. He's used strong coloured oil pastels and it really stands out. And Rosa's dolphin has a real moody effect. From the highlights on the water to the moon's reflection on the sea, it really comes to life. Lucy's used a black permanent pen and watery poster colour for her castle. I like the people peeking through the windows. And William's animal skull has been drawn first and then painted with thin paints so the lines show through. I like that. Now, Emily's ornate gilded mirror, well, it looks like something you'd see in an antique shop. How did you do it, Emily?
I carefully glued an old mirror to some cardboard box card. I then stuck interesting shapes of pasta around the outside and painted it with gold acrylic paint.
Yeah, that's a fantastic way of framing a mirror. You know, mirror frames come in all shapes and sizes, don't they? And do you know what? This has got me thinking, and I've come up with my own way of framing a mirror by hiding it. Nah, don't worry, I haven't gone mad. Try this. Take a biggish piece of cardboard box card and draw around an old mirror tile like this. Now, you can always get a mirror tile from a do-it-yourself shop. Then draw an oval shape that fits inside the outline of your mirror. And just work your oval inside that box like that until you're happy with the shape. Yeah, that should do it. Down there like that. Then draw a fancy frame shape around the outside of the outline using as much of the card as you can. That's around there, and then just giving all these curves on the outline. Around there like that. And back to the beginning. The idea is to cut this out and this oval shape in the middle, and you're left with a card frame that fits over your mirror. Yeah, how's that? Now you need to make a door that will hide the mirror. Take another smaller bit of card and place the frame on top, and then just draw through the oval hole onto the card underneath, like that, and do this quite carefully. Cut this oval shape out and just tape a loop of card onto the side like this. Use lots of tape so it's nice and secure. And then, with the neat side facing up, place the card door back into the hole and it should fit perfectly like that. And then keep hold of the card handle that you've just made. It should stick out so you can get hold of it at the side. Then take a little square of card and tape or glue it. Again, you can put more on, you've got more time than I have. And then just pop it onto that left-hand edge there where the door meets the frame. Now, the piece of card forms a hinge so you can open and close the door when it's dry. Now, while the door is still closed, you can now decorate the front of your frame. You can do it however you like, but because I wanted mine to look like an enchanted mirror, you know, like in the cartoons, I've drawn on some ornate carving on the frame. And I've even made some of the carving 3D by sticking on a thin twist of tissue dipped into some glue. And I just got another little ball of tissue here. I've dipped that into some glue. It's nice and sticky, and on it goes. Then, when all your gluey bits are dry, just paint your frame however you like, using poster or acrylic paint, and you should have something that looks like this. Looks good, doesn't it? Then just tape or glue your mirror very carefully onto the back like that, and you could also attach a piece of string so that you can hang it up. And then, well, just hang it up somewhere around your house, maybe your own room. And there it is, my hidden mirror. It looks like the Wicked Queen's enchanted mirror, doesn't it? Watch this. Mirror, mirror, on the wall, who is the fairest of them all? Not you, mate, that's for sure. Charming. And there are loads of different ways you can use this door technique, you know, to hide a mirror. How's about this? An enchanted castle with a drawbridge that opens. And there I am again. Good, isn't it? And how about this? A room with a view. Open the window, and there's a very, very pretty view out there. I don't think so. Brilliant, aren't they? Try it yourself, hidden mirrors. And don't forget, you can check out the website for fact sheets on this and all the other art attacks in the show. And I'll see you next time. Ta-ra.